What's poppin'? You know how we moving, man. Titans Colosseum in the building. Yeah, my two co-hosts, they don't need no introduction. Firestone Morocco and yours truly. Let's get it. Okay, now tighten up. It's a Coliseum. Fake people, you'll never see them. Everybody authentic, dog. You can join to it, just take a DM. Everybody in the city rocking, they don't take much to be loved. I scared the doctor on my last visit with that two-tone in my blood. We don't play around, we just hold it down. They scared to play us on our side of town. Say we going through a rebuild, but are we really going through it, man? Stacking up on our receiving core, I don't see a ball going through their hands. Creeping up on our division rivals, they gon' really think that we the boogeyman. F the Ravens and the Texans, Jaguars and the Coast too. Real talk, if anybody not rocking that two-tone blue, you can catch us on a podcast. We gon' keep it real, we gon' speak fast. Always live on game day, we like Mike Keith when he yells sack. Titans Colosseum. We be chillin' in the front row, it don't take much for you to go and see him. Titans Colosseum. Everybody authentic, dog. You can join to it, just take a deal.
You know what time it is. It's the Titans Colosseum Podcast. Tighten the f*** up. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Welcome to the Titans Colosseum Podcast, man. You know who I am. My co-hosts, they couldn't be with us tonight, but they with us in spirit, man. And as y'all can see, got a very special guest in the building, man. Hey, my guy be holding it down for the Texans fans. He got his podcast along with his amazing co-host as well. Everybody give it up for AD from the H-Town Rundown. AD, how you doing, my guy?
Man, I'm good, brother. How you doing, man, on this wonderful Monday?
Man, I'm blessed, man. Ready to chop it up with you about the Texans, man. Y'all got some things going on, man. I ain't trying to give you too much credit or whatever. You know how to do it, but y'all got some things going on there. We're going to get you to discuss what's going on around, the Texans, man. Is they really finna make some noise or are they going to do what they usually do?
Nah, the Texans on the up and coming, man. We about to shock the world.
For sure. Hey, we're going to get to it, though. But before we do, make sure you like, share, subscribe, tell a friend about us, blah, 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 this, that, and the third. And make sure to go watch AD's content as well, man. The H-Town Rundown guys, they doing their thing up over there. They keep it just as funky as we do, but from a Texans perspective. And also, as well, make sure you head down to Music City Autoplex, man. Check out their great inventory of vehicles. Holly Wilson, tell him you came from the Titans Colosseum, and he gonna take good care of you. But AD, before we, get to the meat and potatoes or whatnot, man, go ahead, tell the people where they can find you and everything y'all got going on.
Yeah, you can find me at the H-Town Rundown. You can also find me at BOOLEY60 on Twitter. So we're on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram and YouTube, all at the H-Town Rundown. Instagram is the H-Town Rundown Podcast. Facebook, the H-Town Rundown. Twitter at the H-Town Rundown, as you see below. So yeah, we there and we lit every day. Always pushing our content every week.
For sure, man. Hey, let's not keep the people waiting any longer, man. Let's go ahead and get to it, man.
Let's talk about it.
So, first, we're going to be discussing the quarterback, of course, because, the quarterback is the most important position in football. They get all the praise and they get all the shit when shit goes bad. So, we're going to talk about CJ Stroud, who everybody knows had an amazing rookie season. But talk to me, AD. What did you like about his rookie season, and what does he need to do to improve so that he can make the year 2 leap that you guys expect?
So I know it hurt your heart to say that CJ Stroud had an excellent and great season.
There you go.
I know it hurt
tonight, but don't make it
I felt it in that tone. It's a little twinge came up on you when you were saying that. I almost had you where you stumbling, where you couldn't get it out. But no. But no, man. CJ Stroud, to be honest, man, it's just about being consistent. Staying the course, doing what he normally does, as far as playing the quarterback in the quarterback position, being accurate, on time, knowing the playbook, learn second year in the offense. So he's more familiar with the offense. It's just about being consistent and keeping up that same level of play. The Texans have done CJ Stroud a great service by putting more around him, so he should elevate even more.
For sure. And hey, shout out to Daniel watching tonight. Shout out to Cora watching tonight. I still got that courtesy drink when you come down to the town, AD. Hey, man, AD, yeah, you got to come to Nashville, man.
Little known fact, my family, part of my family is, my mom's side is born and raised in Nashville. So I grew up going to Nashville every year my whole life. So I know all about Nashville up and down. Know about Ed's Fish House and all that other stuff,
yeah.
Only a few true Nashville people know about Ed's Fish House. So
yeah, I know about it, but I ain't finna eat nobody's seafood.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Bryce and Haley, man. Y'all make sure y'all check out that content on YouTube as well. Of course, in the spirit of my guy RJ CJ Stroud, aka CJ Prescott.
I knew it was coming. It was only a matter of time.
But let's talk about it though, man. Since Corey brought it up, man. The whole CJ Stroud comparison with Dak Prescott or whatnot. I mean, I first saw it before he even got drafted to the Texans. So I understood it. But when me and RJ started, bringing up CJ Prescott and all this and that, I mean, it started off as something funny, but then we thought back to like this was his pro comparison. So right now, I mean, what do you think the ceiling is, and what do you think the floor is for CJ Stroud?
To be honest, we had a different comparison from the Texan side. Shout out to my boy Mike. Had a great comparison. CJ Stroud is to me the black Peyton Manning. Just a little bit with better arm strength, but Peyton Manning was very, very accurate coming out of Tennessee. Could sling that ball all over the field. Wasn't the runner, wasn't known for running the ball or whatever, but he can move around in the pocket and do what he needs to do. So I feel like that could be his ceiling because he is that accurate. He will have longevity in the league. He will play a very long time. Super Bowl championships, that's what's gonna be CJ Stroud calling card, but that's the ceiling for CJ Stroud to me. Hall of Fame level quarterback, play.
Okay, so let's talk about the floor.
I mean, the floor is Dak Prescott. Since y'all want to say that's the flow. Like that's the flow.
Y'all throwing Dak out there like that. Cool though. Dak is a cool top 10 quarterback.
But I said it when we had y'all on our podcast, like coming out of Mississippi State, there was a reason why Dak Prescott was a 4th round quarterback. Okay. Dak Prescott did nothing but run the ball at Mississippi State. He threw a little bit here and there, but that boy was just running up and down the field at Mississippi State. And I was like, nobody knew he could be anywhere near what he is right now, which is a good thing. But, for Dak, but I mean, Dak is just, to me, I don't put it on Dak. I put it on them people up north. We call them Oklahoma South. That's who I put it on. I put it on the organization more than I put it on Dak. Dak has abilities and everything like that. I just think he gets a bad rap because of the heightened notoriety of the Cowboys. You know what I mean? So
right.
I think if Dak Prescott was on the Washington Commanders, if he was on, the Jets, I don't want to say the Jets. If he was on somebody like the Carolina Panthers or something like that, it'll be a whole different. I feel like he'll be more respected.
Got you, man. They on your ass right now. You know it was gonna be some Titan fans on your ass. So whatever you got to do to get your Texans people up in here, man. You need to go ahead and do it. Like Guy Brown said, Texans fan making another Tennessee reference. Want the Oilers uniform? No, put the drugs down.
Look. Let me say this. I the Oilers. I grew up with the Oilers, but I'm cool on it. Like I'm cool on it. Like I don't have to have them uniform. Y'all can keep them. I'm cool on it. All of that. I ain't one of them. Hey, I ain't one of them. So you ain't got to worry about me doing all that. But now, Steve McNair was my boy. Right before y'all moved, he was in Houston for that one little bit. Him and Eddie George. So. Uh-oh.
Yeah, they don't play about Peyton Manning, man.
I know.
Man, they'll burn some stuff down behind Peyton Manning.
Look, first of all, I'm an Aggie fan, so I'm already pissed off that they beat us in the College World Series. So
hey, y'all trying to sneak back in there though.
Hey, we almost had it. The motherfucking coach. Man, boy, certified hoe. So we're gonna talk. Well, that's us for another topic, another time. But man, I understand. Tennessee, they are rabid fans, man. So I understand.
Yeah, man. Them and the Longhorn fans, man. They some of the most they some of the most passionate fans I've ever come across.
Oh, but man, we gonna get back. You ain't catch that little dig. I say TU. I ain't talking about Tennessee. I'm talking about the Texas TU.
Oh yeah, you so man.
Hey, them UT fans, them TU fans know what I'm talking about.
No, man. I guess that's a Texas thing
that's
right
that's
there,
a Texas thing. They gonna know.
I rock with all the Texas schools, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no college team or anything like that, man. But we gonna get back on CJ Stroud, man. So where do you rank him among starting quarterbacks in the league right now?
I think he's top 5.
Uh-oh.
I think he's. I know that's gonna piss some people off in the comments. How this
you
is
coming in here for click material?
I ain't coming in for
Click
click. I'm being real. If you look at it, name me. Okay, so where do you rank them? Where would you rank them?
Man, look, man.
I just want to know. I want to hear it again. I heard it before. I want to hear it again. So, we gonna write this down. Let's put the list down and let's talk about it. Because we got 2 minutes to go in it real quick.
All right, so I did my rankings, my full 32 Storm quarterback rankings, and I put CJ Stroud at.
Boy, if you say a double-digit number,
oh, it's gonna be double digit. It's gonna be double digit like a motherfucker, but I got him ranked at the 16th best quarter.
16?
Yeah, 16. It's like that.
Who the 15 of them?
Nah, I'm not gonna crown you no top 5 quarterback for one season. I ain't doing it like that.
Hold on.
If you want to hit
Patrick Mahomes, hold on. They put Patrick Mahomes in the top 5 after their first season.
Who?
Patrick Mahomes.
Talking about the media or whatever?
No, I'm talking about everybody. Patrick Mahomes.
I didn't put Patrick Mahomes in my top 5.
That first year when he went to the Super Bowl, everybody put him in the top 5 quarterback.
Shout out to D9. You heard on 16. But yeah, man.
I refuse to believe there are 15 quarterbacks. Well, I want to say 14 because Patrick Mahomes is a whole nother, whole nother stratosphere right now. But name me 15. Name me 14 better than CJ.
No, I got my list right here. I'm gonna
read them off. Read them off because I'm about to what they call it, debunk and fact check all of them.
Nah, you do what you want to, but everybody got their own list. This is just my list right here. But man, I got Mahomes up there, number 1, of course. If don't nobody got Mahomes at number 1, they straight up bullshit. They smoking them tweeds and drinking that drink or whatever, drinking that monkey oil. But number 2, I got Lamar Jackson, 3, Burrow. Then I got Allen, Rodgers, Stafford, Goff, Dak, Herbert, Cousins. That's my top 10. Right outside my top 10 and 11, I got Purdy, Hurts, Love, Murray, Lawrence, Stroud, Mayfield, Tua, Carr, Smith.
Okay. Rodgers, when has Rodgers been healthy and played a full season? When is the last time Rodgers had done that? Because
I'm not gonna knock you one season for health reasons. I'm not gonna do that now. If he comes back this season,
Rodgers been hurt, but he been hurt the last 2 or 3 years.
He ain't been hurt like that. Not to where he done missed no full season.
No, he ain't missed no full season, but he missed quite a few games the last 2 years.
But when he's on that field, I mean, shoot, you gotta respect him most definitely. So I mean, he ain't coming out of my top 10 for right now.
Okay. So this rankings is not what have you done for me lately, is what you did back 5-6 years ago.
It's a combination of things. But
I heard Kirk Cousins' name too, and I'm like, Lord, Penix about to unseat goddamn Kirk Cousins, and after that big ass contract he signed in Atlanta, and you got him in your top 10.
Man, look, man. I mean, I'm not gonna discredit Kirk Cousins, man. Kirk Cousins is a damn good quarterback.
He's had a great career. He has done a lot of great things. He is honestly, I'm trying to think of a comparison because he's just a guy that does just enough to get there. And, he basically a Chris Paul, if you want to say that. He ain't gonna never win shit, but he gonna always get you to the playoffs and gonna make some shake. He gonna put up the stats, but he ain't gonna never win shit.
Kirk Cousins, the bag go. I mean, man, look, man.
Yeah.
The way that man keep on getting the bag, man. Look, I can't do nothing but respect. I can't.
Yeah. Look,
I mean, she'll get money.
I don't understand why his playbook hasn't been copied or replicated. And I don't understand it. Like, everybody talking about David Mulligetta and everything, getting his players paid. Take the Kirk Cousins playbook. T. Higgins, you up there in Cincinnati. Take the Kirk Cousins blueprint. They can only franchise you one more year, my brother. And then you free game to go and sign and do these 2-3 year contracts. You know, that's the trend now. And I will say, people don't want to admit it, but Nick Casario and the Houston Texans started that trend with the 3-year, 2-year contract, 3-year contract trend, where everybody's getting into now. We're gonna sign this player here for 2-3 years and keep on going.
Okay. So speaking of that right there, man, I wanted to ask you this since you brought up the 2-3 year contract. Actually, somebody who got a contract extension of Joe Mixon. Now, you know, the opinions about Joe Mixon are, you know, kind of all over the place. Either you love him or you hate him or whatever. I mean, he's definitely, you know, put in some work in the league, but some feel like, you know, he hasn't quite met expectations. So I wanted to ask you, how many more prime years do you think Joe Mixon has?
Honestly, I'm not expecting more than 2 years out of Joe Mixon. And that's just being realistic and being honest. He about to, as soon as he hit that deadly age of 30, that's when all running backs decline. You know, y'all saw a little bit of that from your boy Henry this past year.
Man,
you know, so hey, when that decline hit, man, you know, even superhumans, you know, start to decline after that age of 30, man. So he I think 2 years he'll be 30. And that's, you know, after that, if we get anything good out of him, great. I mean, we only got him for 3 years anyway. So, you know, and we can cut bait with him the way the contract's structured. After them 2 years, we can go ahead and cut bait and move on to the next one.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And shout out to my guy 901 Tighten Up. One question: if we would have lost the last game, the Texans would have would have been outright.
No.
They were gonna be in there either way just by beating Indy. What
right
us beating Jacksonville did for them was give them the division title.
Yeah.
Right. But let's talk some more about y'all running back situation, man, because we know Joe Mixon, he's going to get the start or whatnot, but you know, y'all got a little battle going on at running back behind Mixon, man. You know, you got DP trying to have a bounce back year, and then y'all drafted a guy that, you know, I like very much, man. Out of Louisville, Jordan, man. Man, dude right there, man. He got some floaters on him, boy. I tell you, man. And I actually think that, you know, if DP don't get on his shit, Jordan, man, goddamn be running back too.
So this is my popular take amongst the Texans community. The Texans running back 2 is not on the team right now. So I think that as much as everybody want to love Dameon Pierce, you know, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna say Dameon Pierce had a great season. Oh, T'Vondre Sweat. If T'Vondre, hold on. First of all, if T'Vondre Sweat can get his big ass on the field, that's the first thing.
That's the first thing. Got to be available. I mean, I can't disagree with that.
So let's get that understood. Hey, the motherfucker played at 400 at TU. Nobody want to talk about it. Talking about he came in at 366. My bad for sidebar. But he came in at 366. Yeah, he lost them 30-some pounds to get down the road because that boy was playing at every bit of 400.
He was moving though.
He was moving. Yeah, I give him that. But hey, you gotta be on that field to stop mixing. But as far as the running backs going, look, hey, but as far as the running backs are going, it goes, I do think that Dameon Pierce benefited from the Texans being horrible and having no offensive options, no quarterback, no nothing at that point in time when he came in as a rookie and he literally was the only option. He benefited from that. Dameon Pierce has issues, not physically, but mentally. So, hey, I'm gonna talk about Kamara in a little bit, man.
Oh yeah, we most definitely gonna get to that secondary situation, man.
For sure. But now I think for Dameon Pierce it's more of a mental thing than it is a physical thing. He has all the talent in the world to be a productive running back in NFL. It's just him picking up the scheme. The scheme doesn't fit Dameon Pierce. His style of play, he's more of a power gap running back, and we're more, at this point we turned it over to a zone scheme. So, he's still adjusting on that, but I mean, whatever he can provide on the field is great, but I'm not expecting much out of Dameon Pierce. I'm more excited about Jawar Jordan than I am Dameon Pierce.
Yeah. So you mentioned that running back 2 isn't on the roster. So do you got any kind of, idea of who running back 2 is?
So there's 3 teams that are overloaded at running back right now that are going to release one running back, and I'm almost for certain that the Texans are going to pick them up. You have the Miami Dolphins that have like 8 running backs on their roster right now.
And all run like a 97 speed on man.
Exactly. One of them boys, San Francisco, has I think Elijah Mitchell is still on San Francisco, if I'm not mistaken. I may be wrong.
I think he's still up.
Yeah, so he can be an option. And then the LA Rams. There we go. Here we go.
He owe you, man. He owe you.
Look, it's crazy how y'all brought back the goddamn Oiler uniforms to play against us and got your ass beat in it. With a backup quarterback who couldn't throw the ball 35 yards down the field. So let's talk about that. It's crazy. It's crazy, man.
Man, I can't say much about that, man. I was so daggone heated behind that.
Boy, hold on, leading up to the game. Boy, he was talking. You called so much crazy shit on Twitter and social media, stirring it up. I say, boy, he about to get it after this game. I said, man, let's find Morocco, man. Let's find him. But going back to I think we still on running backs, right?
Yeah, we're talking about running backs. Who's running back number 2 for y'all?
Honestly, I think Jawar Jordan is gonna take it. If we don't add anybody else in the during training camp or anything, I feel like it'll be Jawar Jordan.
No, okay. So let's go ahead and before we do, let's make sure you like, share, subscribe, tell a friend about us, blah, 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 this, that, and the third. And we're going to go ahead and discuss wide receiver because this is where y'all made y'all biggest splash at right here is it wide receiver. So just to break the ice on the discussion, your thoughts, Stephon Diggs, how did you view him before he became a Texan, and how do you view him now that he's a Texan?
Crazy thing is, we was on Spaces, man, and we were talking about this like a year ago, like around this time a year ago. We were talking about it, and we was, we were still in the search of a receiver. We was like, man, we need to add a receiver. And I was like, man, y'all watch out for Stephon Diggs. That boy is upset because I think it was right after that Chiefs game when he was standing up there and he was looking and all that pissed off. And I was like, man, if they have another disappointing season, he gonna be the one to want out of there. Yeah, you know what it is, Corey. But no, man, I always held Stephon Diggs in high regard, man. I think he's a top 5 receiver. I've been wanting Stephon Diggs. I thought he was a potential trade candidate for a while. So I'm very, very pleased that we made that happen, and I wasn't as shocked as other people were. I was more excited.
Okay, so Stephon Diggs gets added to a group of wide receivers who, up and coming guys. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, Nico Collins. Man, while I always thought Nico Collins was a good wide receiver, I know some Texans fans didn't feel the same way. I mean, shoot, Nico Collins, he was probably, one more injury away from Texas fans being completely out on him. Then Tank Dell comes in, has a great rookie year. And y'all got some production from Noah Brown as well, man. I like Noah Brown, man. I mean, big body wide receiver, man. You could just, you know what I'm saying, toss the 50-50 ball up there to him or whatnot, and he'll go back and play. But somebody that I feel, and I think I told you before the show, I got two guys in mind who, you know what I'm saying, is put up a shut up time for him, is John Mechie. So how do you feel about Mechie?
So actually, I don't know if you know Devontae Diamond, you know, kind of trainer, wide receiver trainer who's been training like Xavier Legette, and I think he was just out training Christian Kirk for the Jaguars, and he's been, you know, he's the personal trainer of Tank Dell, John Mechie. He's been working with Stephon Diggs and everything like that too. He was on our podcast and he let us know, like, hey, John Mechie. First of all, I love John Mechie. I thought John Mechie was a first-round receiver coming out of Alabama. Just had the ACL injury and everything that dropped him out of the first round. But I always think he was immensely talented. Honestly, I thought he was the best receiver on Alabama that year, above Jameson Williams and all of that. I thought he was because he was always the go-to guy at Alabama. Whenever they needed a first down, whenever they needed a major touchdown, John Mechie was the guy that provided all of that. He was the go-to guy, and he was electric. You know, as far as route running was ridiculous and everything. And last year, his first time coming back in training camp, he showed those flashes. So I just think it was here we go. I'm looking in the comments.
Man, I'm gonna get you some help in here, man. I'm gonna get you some help in here, man.
Hey, man. There we go.
Mike,
I got a little help. Got my boy Mike.
Go ahead, introduce yourself, man. Nice having you tonight, man. Wasn't expecting you. I ain't gonna lie, I thought it was gonna be me at AD, but I guess you saw my fellow Titan fans in here doing the most and figured, man, let me go ahead and get my guy.
Hold on, Morocco, before Mike introduces himself. This is the absolute perfect timing because we about to talk about John Mechie. This is right up Mike alley, man.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, it's good to be here right on time, clearly. Yeah, you know, I was pumping the we got to take Mechie train for a hot minute back before we took him. Obviously, he had a couple of setbacks, not only with the ACL tear, but also cancer, which he had to take care of. And AD's right, man. We started seeing flashes throughout the season as he's trying to make his like full recovery. And, you know, CJ Stroud's been hyping him up throughout the offseason as they continue to work on their chemistry. Obviously, he's behind three really damn good receivers in Tank Dell, who looked amazing as a rookie. Stephon Diggs, who I know a lot of Titans fans, God, come on, this guy is extremely talented. We saw when the OC wasn't trying to screw him over in the second half of the season last year. We saw in the first half of the season, Diggs can still ball the hell out. And it doesn't matter if you double him, he's still going to make the play. And Nico Collins has been kind of interesting fodder in the Texans community, but he balled the hell out. What you got?
He was cursed, man. He was cursed by one name, man. Davis Mills. That was Nico Collins.
I don't put off on Davis Mills, man.
Hey,
Davis Mills ain't done nothing to nobody.
Let me say this. Now, mind you, some of the same players that played with Davis Mills shined with CJ Stroud. Okay, Brevin Jordan couldn't touch the field. What Brevin Jordan do when he gets CJ Stroud? Break a 75-yard touchdown run in the playoffs. Didn't even think Brevin could do that. Could outrun no linebackers or safeties, and didn't know none of that because he couldn't get the ball from down Davis Mills. So yes, Davis Mills was a kryptonite to a lot of different players on that team.
Man, hey, Mike. So Brian, he been in here giving AD hell, man. So man, this is the time right here to have your guy back. Brian said Dig is known for the play in the playoffs for shitty quarters and safety play. and haven't shown up in big games since. I mean, shoot, the last image I have of Stephon Diggs is dropping that pass from Josh Allen. So, I mean, hey, he got a point. Let me, you know what I'm saying? I got to say this before I turn it over to you, man. We do got a guy that's known to, you know what I'm saying, lock some people down. And, you know, Stephon Diggs, you know, he's been locked down in Sneed Island. So, you know what I'm saying? Talk to me.
Oh, so is he also going to cover Tank Dell and Nico Collins at the same time?
And
Boy,
boy,
I got people for them.
And,
Yeah,
by the way, Dalton
man.
Schultz is open, and there's John Mechie.
Hey, Octopus now. He got
we
eight
got
arms.
some people for him. Now, I ain't gonna lie, the Titans, you know what I'm saying, we still kind of shaky at the safety position. We still trying to figure that thing out. But when it comes to quarterbacks, we got some quarterbacks for them wide receivers of y'all, most definitely.
Mm-hmm. But what about the tight end? What about mixing out the backfield?
Somebody's gonna be open.
Yeah.
Like I said, we still kind of shaky at safety, but we gonna most definitely get it figured out. Now, our linebacker situation, I mean, I'm not gonna talk down on Gibbons. I'm not gonna talk down on Jack Gibbons, man, because Jack Gibbons, I mean, regardless of what my fellow fans say or whatever, he's a smart linebacker. He, you know, he plays off of good instincts. He may not, you know, be that guy that can run 4-3. He may not be able to move sideline to sideline like Fred Warner, but we got a guy in Cedric Gray who molds his game after Fred Warner, and I got a lot of confidence in him.
I do. I like Cedric Gray. I was like, he low key. I wanted him in a late round pick. Cedric Gray is going to be really good for y'all. I will say that, but I will say this also. If I'm not mistaken, your boy RJ said y'all about to get rid of one of y'all linebackers. So, if I'm not mistaken, if I thought I heard that right, you know that y'all need to go ahead and pack on Harold Landry up and ship him on out of there. He ain't. Hold on, his words exactly. He ain't never gonna live up to that contract that he signed.
Oh man, look, man. I wish RJ was here to defend his comments or whatever. They done left me out here hanging, but it's my fault. It's my fault. Well, my fault on Firestone's behalf. But RJ or whatever, he got work. So you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have my brother back on this one. So pretty much Harold Landry, he's making what top 10 edge rusher money. I think his contract is like the 6th highest contract. And RJ's thing is Rand Carthon is looking to move away from all the J-Rob players. I mean, we saw that when he traded Kevin Byard last season, and he thinks that Harold Landry is going to suffer the same fate as Kevin Byard. But my take is they are not going to trade Harold Landry unless the Titans are looking like last year Titans. If we're sitting here at the trade deadline, you know what I'm saying, look like we ain't doing nothing but going downhill and aren't in the mix or whatever when it comes to the playoffs, I would look for Harold Landry to get traded. But if the Titans are competing and they look like they can legitimately get into the playoffs, they're not going to trade Harold Landry away. I mean, Harold Landry, he had 12.5 sacks in 2021, and then 2022, you know, he was out with the ACL, came back, and 10.5 sacks. I mean, to me, especially in a Mike Vrabel defense, to where you're not gonna have a lot of free rushes at the quarterback. I mean, let's just keep it real. Mike Vrabel, his definition of a blitz is sending 4 people. So you gonna see somebody before you get to the quarterback. But Harold Landry in this defense right here, I'm looking for him to have a big season. I think that Harold Landry is going to have at least 14 sacks on the year.
Bold prediction there, boy.
Yeah, it's a bold prediction.
Hey,
Oh yeah, man. I'm high on Landry because all I saw out of Landry last year was a guy, that steadily, worked his way back from the ACL injury, and he was impacting games. Like you look at most of those sacks that Harold Landry had, he had those sacks in crucial situations. He had those, clutch sacks, and he's been doing that for a while.
yeah, I agree, man. Harold Landry is a great player. That's why I was like, that was kind of took me off guard. I'm like, well, you want to get rid of him? I understand the contract is hefty. We've had the same kind of debate in the Texans community with Laramie Tunsil. Laramie Tunsil is one of the best tackles in the league, but that contract is pricey, man. So I understand. Yeah, I mean, he may have a career season. I mean, he trying to, when is his contract up? Is his contract up soon, or is it he still got a few more years?
I think he's on the contract until 2026 or 27. I'm not sure, but yeah, I mean, he still got some years on that contract. But yeah, let's talk about Laramie Tunsil and the Texans offensive line for a minute, man, because the Texans, I know y'all, went through what the Titans are going through right now, or whatever, when it comes to O-line play. But this past season, y'all had a pretty serviceable offensive line. I mean, you didn't have, the offensive line that y'all had back in 2021 or 2022, where guys were just, running free all over the place or whatever, man. You got some good work out of your offensive line. But talk to me about, Laramie Tunsil, his supporting cast, and what do they need to do in order to go from serviceable to top 10?
You want to take it, Mike? I'll take it.
Yeah, you go ahead.
So the Texans offensive line last year was the most injured offensive line in the NFL. It was Laramie Tunsil and the whole, Laramie Tunsil, Shaq Mason, and the other three positions was turnstile. Like guard, center, and the other right tackle was reserves. We were down to, I think, our fifth center at one point during the season. Our third or fourth guard in the season. Like, we were down bad. When I say down bad, we were down bad. No.
No.
Hold on. We have the potential. I say we would have the potential, but I will give a caveat on what would it need to happen for it to be that. But no, I'm not. It ain't off the wall. When you got, first of all, if you look at our offensive line as on paper projected, you got a first round pick in Laramie Tunsil. You got a first round pick in Titus Howard. You got a first round pick in Kenyon Green. You got a second round pick in Juice Scruggs. And then Shaq Mason is a veteran who been in the league, Super Bowl champion, veteran, great, one of the top guards in the league, very serviceable guard. You have all of that talent and everything on that offensive line. And if everybody plays to their capabilities and is injury free, they have a potential to be a top 5, at the very least, a top 10 offensive line. But mind you, we were middle of the pack last year with a whole bunch of reserves and Laramie Tunsil. So, he said keyword was. But no, I think Mike knows the biggest key factor of our offensive line. Go ahead.
Yeah,
man.
I mean, aside from Tunsil and Howard staying healthy and being able to stay at left tackle and right tackle, because Howard's been moved to every position except quarterback at this point. We need Kenyon Green to really take the next step. No excuses. I think he has a golden opportunity to break out. Looks like he's in a lot better shape. The offensive line is coming together. Obviously, we got second round pick Balake Fisher just kind of sitting back there for jumbo sets or whatever we're going to do. But I mean, hey, we didn't have a whole lot of needs because we already addressed them through free agency, and we already had a nice roster with a star quarterback and a great coach. But if Kenyon Green can take that next step and that O-line can stay healthy, look out, because you're not stopping our receivers. You're not stopping Stroud, and Mixon will have free reign with all those, everybody playing prevent defense. So,
yeah, man, I agree with Mike. Kenyon Green is the X factor on the offensive line for the Houston Texans. If Kenyon Green can solidify himself, and he had, let me say this, he had a Tavondre Sweat issue coming into the league, man. he had a weight issue, man. I think he was playing at one point in his rookie year. He was playing at like 360. So that was documented and noted. So it was right now he's lost about 40 some pounds because he's down to 318 now. So he's at prime playing weight, so he's ready to go. He was injured his first 2 years as well. Came in injured his rookie year, played through it, then got injured before the season started last year. So he's trying to make some shake and prove himself as well. But yeah, man, I mean, Laremy Tunsil is no need to really talk about him. He's an all pro, all everything guard tackle, should I say. And then we talk about Shaq Mason. Some people want to call him Olajuwon. People, and then Titus Howard, like Mike said, has been real. The Texans have really kind of butchered his career to this point. I'm surprised he even got that contract extension because they've played him everywhere. He was drafted to be the tackle. He was drafted to be a tackle, but he's played everywhere. He's played left tackle, left guard, right guard. Hell, I thought I saw him at center a few plays, so like the fact that he's finally getting us to stay at tackle and play tackle, hopefully this year, will be a benefit because he's a damn good tackle. He hasn't played it much, don't have much film at him at tackle, but he's a damn good tackle. So, it's to be seen. Like I said, they just got to show up and prove it.
So let me ask y'all this. Go ahead.
Yeah, I got a question because, I mean, with that offensive line, like I said, if we can stay healthy, where are y'all going to get the pass rush against us? Because I know Landry's capable of getting it done, and Simmons obviously has the talent, but, like, where else is the pass rush coming from? Like, should we just drop back and just, put up 400 yards? I mean,
no, there you go. There you go. We ain't going to say all that right there. We ain't going to give y'all shit. But I'll say this about the Titans pass rush. We are in need of pass rushers. I'm not going to, deny that. I mean, of course, we got Jeffrey Simmons. We hope that Sweat, gets everything squared away so that he can be on the field and be available. We got Harold Landry. Harold Landry is cool. But outside of that right there, that's when, the questions start to come into play. I mean, we got Rashard Weaver coming into a contract year, and, it depends on who you ask. I mean, I like Weaver. Weaver's been, trying to, be a more explosive player. He talked about that throughout the offseason.
Uh-oh. You chopping up.
Where he had been training. Okay. Am I back with y'all?
Nah, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have to have a talk with Xfinity. But yeah, like I was saying, man, Rashard Weaver, man, he's trying to be a more explosive player. He's been working, on his takeoff during the off season, where he had been, doing a lot of power training. He got on the, running and trying to be more explosive early. And Arden Key, I mean, good God, I mean, where do I start it when it comes to Arden Key, man? I mean, RT really shouldn't be our starting edge rusher. He really shouldn't. I mean, I feel like he's a situational pass rusher. I mean, he's the guy that you know what I'm saying, only want out there, on a handful of snaps. You do not need to be playing that man, you know what I'm saying, every down for 4 straight quarters, man. I mean, he's just not that type of player. And then too, he goes quiet as hell. I'm like,
Man,
you don't even see the guy getting pushed around out there. He's so quiet.
Hey, he's starring in that new movie that's coming out, A Quiet Place too.
Say what now?
I say, he's starring in that movie that's coming out in real soon, A Quiet Place too.
Oh man. Yeah, man. I mean, it's rough with the pass rush, but y'all cannot forget that we got a new defensive coordinator. And his defensive coordinator would not be playing prevent defense. Well, I know y'all done got used to Vrabel, you know what I'm saying, playing prevent defense, having the corners lining up 10 yards off and giving y'all all them free ass yards. But that's not gonna be the case in 2024. You're gonna have to earn some shit with the Titans. And if your wide receivers don't earn it, guess what? Somebody's going to put CJ Stroud on his back. I don't know who it's going to be, but somebody will most definitely put him on his back. It's going to be too many people coming for him not to end up on his back.
Hey, let me say this because there was a comment from Brian earlier. He said Laramie is good, but nobody else is scared of nobody. I guess he said no, they're not scared of nobody else on the line.
Yeah, here you go. Laramie good is everyone else. Nobody's scared.
Right. So, Brian, let me ask you this question: who's scared of anybody on the Titans offensive line? Name me one. Name me one. Because the boy, what's his name? The tackle y'all just drafted. Hey.
And Corey Wright, Joseph Day. We're looking for something from Joseph Day. I mean, he's a good, solid veteran, but man, this pass rush situation of all
y'all in them 3-letter last name niggas. Hey, I need y'all to figure it out, man.
Right. And Jake said Landry plays a ton of snap. Exactly. That's why I'm looking for these other guys to step up for the Titans, man, because Harold Landry is at his best, and that's pretty much any player. They're at their best when they're rested. Whenever you got guys on the bench that can come in and hold it down for a series while the stars rest up for, the third and the fourth quarter so they can, go and impact the game at its most crucial point. I mean, that's a damn good thing to have. And the Titans, they really don't have that right now.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing. That's why I was surprised y'all didn't really address that in the draft either. So that's something that y'all may be waiting on not free agency, but cuts and stuff at training camp to pull some guys in.
Yeah, I most definitely expect them to be active or whatever. Corey said, "Oh, you got jokes." I heard Tunsil is starting in the new Mad Max movie with the gang.
Hey, that's all right with me.
Let me ask y'all this though, man, about Laramie Tunsil, man, and then we gonna move over to defense. Now, Laramie Tunsil, as great as he is, how many times have y'all wanted to jump through the screen and beat his ass for a false start?
His nickname, is false start. Laramie false start Tunsil. It's almost, kind of a given. I don't think the Texans will have a game where there isn't a false start penalty because Laramie Tunsil gonna always have that, locked down. He gonna make sure you get that done. Man, look, that done pissed a lot of people off. That to be honest. That sparred or what they call it, that started the whole talk of, hey, let's trade Laramie Tunsil. Hey, let's see what we can get for Laramie Tunsil. Hey, we just drafted a tackle in the second round. Hey, you know what that means?
Oh man.
It's all in a matter of time. Larry Tunsil gonna be traded. It pisses me off royally with that false start because I'm like, it's just simple discipline, and you can't. And you highest paid tackle in the league. People consider you the second best tackle in the NFL next to Trent Williams, and you doing little kid shit like that coaches be putting their foot up high schoolers' ass for doing that, So I'm like, you got to be better, man. You got to be better. Ain't no excuses. I understand it's been a makeshift offensive line trying to gel with your players and everything, but come on, you got to be consistent. If you don't notice, that's my biggest thing is consistency. So I said that about CJ, said that about John Mechie. Same thing with Thompson, man. You got to be consistent and stop jumping, early, man, and stop giving those false starts.
I mean, he's always ready. Just sometimes he's a little too ready, But
right.
I mean, lead tackle. So
hey, he jumped quick. He just don't finish quick like Will Levis. Pause.
Man, we ain't gonna do that tonight. Nope. Hey, maybe 5-star RJ was on here now. You know what I'm saying? Start talking all that foolishness or whatever about Will Levis, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna keep everything football, especially when it comes to Will Levis, man. But
that was my last shot. I ain't gonna take that. That was my one and only shot at Will Levis, man. I'm gonna let him make it.
But yeah, man, being 5-star, we had a discussion a while back or whatever, and we were talking about offensive lineman. He pretty much wants his offensive lineman to be, perfect. He don't like all the penalties or whatnot. And my thing to him was, man, look, man. I mean, I want that too. I mean, I don't like a whole bunch of false starts and holding penalties or whatnot. But at the same time, and this was during the time where the Titans was going through, their thing with Andre Dillard and Raymond Duncan and Dennis Daly. I was like, man, look, man, if them motherfuckers could go out there and do their job more than getting penalties, I mean, I will take those penalties. And that's pretty much where you went with Larry Tunsil. See, my thing to Texans fans is do not fuck up what's working.
Right.
I mean, Larry Tunsil, he has been one of the best left tackles in the game for a long time. Why would you want to get rid of that just to put a second round guy in there that you don't know what you're going to get out of this guy?
Right.
I mean, of course, you're going to get, those false start penalties out of Larry Tunsil, but you're also going to get your quarterback protected with Larry Tunsil.
Exactly. I will say this, though. There were a lot of arguments and a lot of pissed off Texans fans when we didn't get Andre Dillard.
No.
That was a blessing in disguise. I'm trying to tell you, because coming out, everybody's like, "Oh, we about to get Andre Dillard. He's perfect, this and that." And watching it now, I'm like, "Hey, God was watching over us, because, we missed that. We dodged that bullet."
Yeah, y'all dodged one hell of a bullet, man. But hey, man. Y'all make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, tell a friend about us, blah, 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 this, that, and the third. We in here with the H-Town Rundown crew tonight, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all go follow them on all their social media accounts. Y'all know how we do over here at the Titans Colosseum. They do it the same way over there on the Texas side, man. They're going to keep it funky with you all day, every day. And make sure y'all head over to Music City Autoplex. Check out the great line of vehicles they got. Go holler at Wilson. Tell him you came from the Coliseum. He gonna take good care of you. I just passed by there today myself, man, and look, man, I just bought a truck 2 years ago, and I love my truck. But at the same time, when I ride by Music City Autoplex, I look at all the vehicles up out there. I'm like, boy, if I could just get this truck paid off, maybe I could, come up over here and, spend a little money with Wilson, but that'll be a long ass time before I do that. But take y'all ass down there, holler at Wilson, and then pull up on me and let me see what you done jumped into, man. But hey, we're gonna talk defense from the Houston Texans. Now, this is where y'all made some more splashes at. On the D line, to be exact, man. Brought in Danielle Hunter, brought in Danico Autry. I mean,
that hurt too, didn't it? That hurts.
I mean, I'm not gonna sit up here and lie to you. I felt some kind of way about that right there, but I had to, get a grip of myself and understand that, it's business at the end of the day, man. Danico, he ain't got much time left, man. I mean, and he's trying to compete for a Super Bowl. And the Texans, as much as I hate the Texans, I mean, they are, in position to maybe compete for a Super Bowl. But you and Michael, y'all talk to me about, your additions on defense and where you stand on them.
I mean, you forgot about, Azeez Al-Shahir.
Man, look, man. Azeez, I rock with him or whatever, but I'm not gonna put him in the same ballpark as a Danielle Hunter or a Danico Autry or whatever. But he's gonna be solid for y'all, most definitely. I mean, he came there because of y'all head coach. He has that relationship, so you're going to get the best out of him. Now, is his best gonna be enough? I don't know. But you most definitely gonna get, some hard hitting, coming downhill.
Yeah. I'm excited to see him play next to Christian Harris. I think he's gonna excel, especially with a rangy linebacker like Christian Harris who can move around and do a lot of different things. So it's gonna be interesting to see. That's why I think it's a bigger addition than what's really talked about. I know, Brian. Just come on with it, man. But no, man. We don't need them to cover Corey. I see you down there. We don't need salute to you, brother, as well, man. Thank you, man. We appreciate it.
For sure.
But no, I like Azeez next to Christian Harris. That's something that we are really waiting to see. If you watched our linebackers last year, Azeez is better than what the hell we had last year with Denzel Perryman, who couldn't cover a goddamn P with a fucking full coat blanket. No. So other than that, the defensive line has been revamped. We added Tim Settle from the Bills. We also added Fadakowski from the Jaguars. Yeah. So we added those two defensive linemen along with Autry and Danielle Hunter. And we still got the defensive rookie of the year, William Anderson Jr. Some people like to call him Will. But other than, the defensive line has been revamped. We added Azeez. Secondary, we added a lot of talent on, underwhelming play, but talent. Let me say this, Brian. Tim Settle is going to knock the shit out of Will Levis. I just want you, and I just want to hear this. I want to come back, and I want to say, I want to hear your thoughts when Tim Settle, because I don't think you know what Tim Settle's capable of. Because I will pull up the clip like a year ago when he beat the shit out of Quentin Nelson and made him look like child's play.
So you forgot another one. We picked up another former Titan, Lonnie Johnson.
Shoot, man. So now y'all celebrating picking up Titan players. That's how bad it is in Houston.
No, that's what y'all do. But
I know damn well you ain't sitting up here talking about us. I swear, for God, y'all was the Texans North. I swear. I swear, Vrabel had y'all getting all our sloppy seconds, boy.
Man,
I
look.
mean, as soon as the Texans cut somebody, sign them up, get them.
Man, look, man, Vrabel love them Texan players, boy. I mean, I just don't understand, man. I'm not gonna talk about Vrabel tonight. I'm not gonna do that.
I'm gonna talk about him. It was crazy to me because it'd be players that he didn't even coach, that he just pulling just because they was on the Texans roster. Like, what the hell are you doing, Vrabel?
Man, he had a good talk with him, man. I mean, players respect Vrabel for whatever reason. I mean, and he doesn't have to be coaching them. I mean, maybe he just, you know what I'm saying, passes by him in the locker room, chops it up or whatever. I mean, players can have those type of relationships with coaches. And, you know, Vrabel, the type of guy, you know, I guess you could say he's a man's man. I mean, he's a dude that just about any player could relate to because he done, you know what I'm saying, been through it all in the NFL or whatever. I mean, shoot, he was, you know what I'm saying, that guy that nobody know of. Then he was the guy who everybody knew of or whatever. So, I mean, I can definitely understand, you know, him having a relationship with, you know, a lot of players like that.
Yeah. I do want to add, because we talked about it earlier, Corey wanted to know about Kamari Lassiter.
Yeah, let's talk secondary, man.
Hey, Kamari is very, very underrated.
Yeah.
Kamari is going to be a superb, you know, excellent surprise for the Houston Texans. You know, it is refreshing to see him because you didn't see much of him at Georgia because wasn't much thrown his way. Yeah. There's a reason why. What the type? Hey,
nah, man, sit now. Say it. Now, hold on. Before I say anything else, let me fill y'all in on Said. Said is one of our biggest supporters of the Titans Colosseum. He's here every week. You know what I'm saying? He done came through with multiple super chats, even though he's a Texans fan. He shows us a lot of support. Matter of fact, we just put a Titans jersey in the mail for Said, and he's going to be coming on in the next couple of weeks to show off his new jersey, man. But shout out to Said, man. He's a real deal H-Town guy, but he also got a lot of love for the Titans as well.
Mm-hmm. Shout out Sid, man.
Yet another former Texan that y'all had to pick up, huh?
Yeah. I mean, shoot, we didn't go pick up Said. Said found us.
No, I was referring to Tart.
Now we picked up Tart. Picked up Tart.
Oh, yeah. You know,
hold on,
man.
He talking about we like sloppy seconds from the Titans because we picked up Tart. Name me how many plays Tart played for the Texans.
He didn't play many. I mean, and that right there says a lot about Tart, man, because we you know what I'm saying, we got, you know, some good production out of Tart, but Tart, you know, he was looking for that big contract. He didn't get it, so he turned into a disgruntled player, went to the Texans, and we all thought that he was going to, you know, turn it into this big monster and we were going to regret paying him. And lo and behold, God dang, he's out on the streets again. And I forget where he signed at, but
Miami.
He signed in Miami. But I do remember him visiting with the Bengals, and the Bengals pretty much said, man, look, we ain't want nothing to do with this dude. And if the Bengals are saying that with their D-line situation, you know that Tart got some problems going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's talk some more about. Let me see what said. First, proud to be y'all first. Hey, to remember me when y'all get big and still got no chips. Hey, man, I know you're gonna be right here supporting us, man. Even though you know the Texans may not make it out of the divisional round, I know you're gonna have a lot of love for the Titans, especially when we go back to the Super Bowl. But But this about the Texans tonight. This ain't about the Titans. So let's talk some more about y'all cornerback situation. I mean, Derek Stingley, of course, while he's been, good when he's been damn good when he's on the field. But that's the thing. When he is on the field, he hasn't played a whole NFL season yet. I think he played 9 games his rookie year, played 11 the next year. I could, have my numbers backwards or whatnot. But most definitely this season right here, I mean, he needs to be on the field, because if he isn't, that's going to be putting I'm finna slaughter the shit out of his name, but that's going to put Lassiter, in a pretty rough spot. And the depth behind those guys right there is kind of shaky. I rock with King, but CJ Henderson, Jeff Okudah.
Hey. So let me say this, man. Who were the San Francisco 49ers cornerbacks when D'Amico got there? What were they?
Here we go. Y'all are not the San Francisco 49ers.
We have the San Francisco 49er defensive head coach.
Y'all is not the San Francisco 49ers.
You're not the San Francisco 49ers, but I will say this, that D'Amico Ryans personally, as a coach, has coached his defense in a way that he's amplified certain players that probably weren't looked at beforehand at the cornerback position, and he's made them better players. We had a broke down ass Steven Nelson last year, right? He broke down one-legged, had to retire as Steven Nelson last year that had 4 interceptions last year, that played really solid like this past year.
I ain't gonna lie, we wanted Steven Nelson. It was so bad up over here, goddamn. We were like, man, we'll take.
Of course you did.
He's from Houston, so hey,
man, we were trying to upgrade, goddamn. We didn't care where those upgrades were coming from, man. We just needed somebody better than Sean Murphy Button, somebody better than Christian Fulton, and somebody way better than all those other practice squad quarterbacks that was coming on our team and being asked to play 10 yards off the football.
Yeah, man, I feel you, because we got in a situation like that last year with Stingley being out, Steven Nelson getting hurt. I mean, we was down to Babylon. We literally had, against the Browns in the regular season, we had practice squad guys playing cornerbacks for us, man. Like, literally practice guys that had just got brought up from the practice squad playing against goddamn, what's his name? Amari Cooper. Going one-on-one on the island with Amari Cooper, and you just came out the practice squad, and we expecting results. No, man, no. I understand about that injury bug and getting somebody in place, but that's the biggest key for our secondary is health. You brought it up with Derek Stingley. Derek Stingley hasn't been healthy the first 2 years of his career. There we go.
The curse of David Cullen. Y'all did him dirty.
Well,
he knew what he was getting himself into.
I understand it though, man. I mean,
let me say this. I don't blame David Culley. I blame what's the man name? God damn it, from Miami coach. Miami coach. They got in trouble.
What's it? Tip of my tongue. You're right.
Flores?
Brian Flores.
David Culley should be pissed the hell off at Brian Flores. Okay. I'm gonna give you a quick story. David Culley was brought here to be the coach in waiting, basically to hold us over for 2 years, and we were gonna bring in whoever Nick Caserio wanted, whoever was gonna be the high candidate or whatever it was. David Culley, only reason why David Culley got fired was Brian Flores got fired in Miami. And Nick Caserio said, oh my God, he's my guy from New England and this and that. And we was about to have that old Patriots South shit, same thing y'all was having in goddamn Tennessee with that Patriots, whatever.
What was this Patriots way thing?
Hey, look, Patriot way ain't Patreon right now. So, it's Bill Belichick. Look, but Brian Flores was released. And everybody was like, "Oh, we got to get Flores." That was the main candidate. Flores didn't even want. He wanted to go to New York. He didn't want to come to Houston. Then he did all that snitching and all that stuff, and you see what happened to you. And then that just left us on the island where we had to keep Lovie Smith. So, David Culley didn't get. He need to be blaming Brian Flores.
Yeah, I'll take that one right there, man. But y'all still done dirty, though. But hey, y'all did what you needed to do. It was business, most definitely, man. It was a business move. But y'all safety situation, man. Y'all in the same boat as the Titans, pretty much when it comes to safety. Yes, y'all are. Don't give me that.
No, Kalen Bullock is gonna be good.
No,
we know that. We know he has the ball skills. He's got the instincts. He's not completely a finished product, but he's gonna get there. Now, Jimmy Ward is clearly past his prime, but he'll be on the roster because of D'Amico, and forever long he can stay healthy. Petrie is hit or miss. He can make plays, and he's very versatile. But he'll miss some tackles, and then you're wondering, what the hell are you doing right now? So it's a bit of a mixed bag, but we're definitely optimistic with Bullock.
Hey, shout out to RJ in the building, man. My amazing co-host. Hey, man, y'all make sure y'all go and check out Romels, man. All his music is out there on the digital streaming platforms. I'm telling you, man, he got some fire shit. And he gonna be back with us Friday. I mean, tonight, you know what I'm saying? When duty calls, RJ gotta be there. But
ain't missing no check, man. Ain't missing no check.
Right. I mean, shoot, we gotta get money, man. When money calls, we gotta go, man. And I'm gonna hold it down for my guys, man. I told Firestone tonight, shoot, I mean, it's on me. So we're gonna get the job done, and we most definitely getting the job done. Couldn't have done it without you guys and everybody that's out there tuned in tonight, man.
Hey, shout out RJ, man. One of the real ones, man, for sure. Yeah, of course, ain't no bags left behind.
Right. But yeah, man, let's talk about this safety situation from your perspective, AD.
Look, Jalen Petrie, I said it before, it's another hot take. Would not be surprised if he ain't on the roster when the season starts.
You going RJ on us. He said Harold Landry go get traded. You said Petrie ain't gonna be on the roster. Talk to him.
Look, Jalen Petrie has regressed like ridiculous from a 1 to 2 year. He said, "Yes, for sure." But no, that doggone decline he had from his rookie year is ridiculous. It wasn't even a sophomore slump. It was just sophomore dumpster fire. And the fact that Jimmy Ward is old and can't stay healthy don't help the fact that, Mike brought it up earlier. We may have to rely on the great Lonnie Johnson, man, to play some safety for us. That's how down bad we is.
Lonnie Johnson, he cool or whatever, man. But there's this thing amongst Titan fans or whatever, man. I mean, like I mentioned, Jack Gibbons earlier. I don't have the same problem that some of my fellow fans had with Jack Gibbons. And the problem that I think they had with Jack Gibbons is Vrabel loved this guy. And any guy that Vrabel loves, some of our fellow fans tend to hate him just because Vrabel was in love with the guy.
Look, that's a Vrabel issue, man. We can have a whole episode on Vrabel. Look, talking about the shit he did in Houston too. And we can move on from Vrabel.
Oh, yeah, man. But man, we got Trey in the building tonight, man. Shout out to Trey Day. He said, don't lie to them folks. London Johnson food.
Hey, let me say, look, that's why we in a bad
decent,
situation.
man. He decent. He gonna be decent without Brady and Shane Bourne in the mix.
Look, man, it's the reason why we let Lonnie go the first time. So we circled the block and brought him back. But nah, man, the safety position is a big concern for us. We do need to rectify that in some shape and form. Kalen Bullock is a great start. I think Kalen Bullock is gonna see some significant minutes playing time. Hey, look.
Y'all leave Lonnie alone, man. Shit.
Hey, look. Lonnie left feet. Hey, hold on. Lonnie, you say Lonnie got 2 left feet, but really,
yeah, Lonnie left feet.
Right.
That's y'all new name for him. Lonnie left.
He got 2 left, but when we talk to him, hey Lonnie, we talking about your other right feet. Yeah, man. Lonnie cool, man. I just feel like we need to upgrade at some point at the safety position. I don't know how, but we will. Yeah, I mean, we got enough cap space to get that boy from Denver, man.
Yeah.
We want that guy from Denver as well.
Yeah. Now,
y'all can't have every damn body.
Hey, I said this on the podcast before on the H-Town Rundown. CJ Stroud is the LeBron James of the NFL. Okay?
Oh, God. Here we go.
LeBron, now, specifically LeBron James when he went to Miami. What happened when he went to Miami? Everybody and their mama started wanting to come to Miami. Or I'm gonna take a deal. I'm gonna take a short term. I'm gonna take a pay cut. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. That's what we about to have, man. We're gonna get when we sign Justin Simmons and we sign him for the contract we signed, people gonna be pissed the hell off. Just letting you know.
Man, $4 million said all the same things about Trevor Lawrence. They said people wanted to come play with Trevor Lawrence, and if we were going to see all these big name free agents coming sign with the Jags, and then they proceeded to go and lose to the Titans in Week 18 and blow the 98% chance to make the playoffs. Now, I don't think that's going to happen with the Houston Texans, but man, this CJ Stroud top 5, LeBron James of the NFL foolishness, boy. Y'all gonna have some stuff to stand on if all this goes left and he really goes out there and looks like Dak Prescott's little brother.
No, let me say this since we make basketball comparisons. Trevor Lawrence is the Andrew Wiggins of the NFL.
Huh?
Trevor Lawrence is the Andrew Wiggins of the NFL. Number one overall pick. Thought he was gonna be the next GOAT. Just flamed out and just gonna be a role player. Trevor Lawrence is about to get overtaken by goddamn Mac Jones.
Oh, man. That boy, we won't hear from Jags fan for another 10 years or until they go to the playoffs again, man, if that end up happening.
Hey, I'm trying to tell you, hey. Hell no, Trevor ain't never gonna be that. ain't never gonna be that.
Trevor is the James Harden of the NFL.
Hell no. You talking about I'm on drugs. Hell no.
Jazz fans think he is. Really, Jazz fans think that man right there is freaking the Jason Tatum of the NFL or whatever.
Jags fans thought they were going to win 14 games last year. So
yeah, we know. Yeah, they was up there talking mad shit. Got humble like a motherfucker. But
man, look, man, Jags fans, them motherfuckers right there. I'm gonna tell you about Jags fans. Jags fans are the type of people that will start a war. I'm talking about a full-blown World War III. And as soon as they see the first bullet go past them, they retreat. That's Jags fans right there.
Shit, they pants. Oh, he say Shane Falco.
Hey, man, I hope we got some Jags fans watching. We know they ain't gonna say a damn thing anyway, man, because they in high. But if it's a Jags fan watching, man, please come on here and defend your people because everybody think Trevor Lawrence sucks. And honest to God, truth, he really doesn't suck. But boy, he ain't looking generational. Somebody called him a generational game manager.
Oh,
and that's pretty much what he is.
definitely. Because look, them Jaguar fans is real quiet because their ass got humbled. They do what the Jaguars do. The Jaguars have one good season, and then they go to being ass for the next 10 years, and that's exactly what the hell about to happen with Jaguars. They had, I think it was 5 years in between that Blake Bortles situation. It's a lot of stats out there say that Trevor Lawrence is Blake Bortles, and they was hurry up trying to get Blake Bortles up out of there. But
they're the Jeepers Creepers of the NFL, man. They pop up every 10 to 20 years and cause hell and then get killed off and go back inside.
Yeah, watch out for the Jags in 2029. They could be something.
Hey, they like an eclipse, man. They like an eclipse. It was so awful.
But man, let's go ahead and get to these last two topics, man, because we know it's Monday. Goddamn, we got shit to do. But Texans breakout stars, man. Which players do y'all think are primed to have a breakout year?
All of them.
Who?
He said all of them.
No, man. Come on.
No, we talked about it earlier, man. Mike knows that it's John Mitchell, man. John Mitchell's gonna break out this year. He's gonna do some crazy things with CJ Stroud. Yeah, I think he's gonna be one of the main ones, and I want to say, of course, Kenyon Green is gonna be breakout as well. Kamari, that's the guy that I want to bring up. Kamari is gonna be a breakout star for the Houston Texans this upcoming season, so it's a lot. Now, look, one thing about me as a black man in America, you ain't gonna never see me with no crack, okay? I may do some recreational here, but there ain't no recreational crack. Nope.
Michael, who you got, man? Breakout player for the
team.
Aside
from John Mechie, who's definitely, obviously he's behind Nico and Diggs and Tank Dell, so he doesn't have a ton of opportunities, but I think he's going to continue to progress, and he's going to do what Noah Brown did last year, but a little bit more than that. But also in the back end, I'm looking at Lassiter. He can lock him down. He's such a tenacious corner. And also Bullock. I think Bullock's going to start at least half the season, and we're going to start to see, especially down the stretch, as we start to make a big playoff run and Super Bowl run, Bullock is going to be balling out.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So breakout stars, John Mechie, and the people around them, but put up or shut up.
Mm-hmm.
As some guys on the Texans, and I think it's John Mechie, one of them, at least in my opinion. But it ain't about my opinion of Texans; it's about y'all's opinion. But put up or shut up. Which players is it put up or shut up time from?
Yeah, shit, the same ones we just named. John Mitchell's put up, shut up, man. Honestly, if Nico didn't get a contract, it was gonna be put up, shut up for Nico. And Damian Pierce, we talked about Pierce earlier. Damian Pierce is absolutely a put up or shut up candidate. Jalen Petrie, I talked about Jalen Petrie, put up or shut up. We got a lot of guys up and down the roster that's still improving. Jeff Okudah, this may be your last opportunity, sir.
Yeah.
They talking about Jeff Okudah moving to safety.
Yeah, like CJ Henderson, sir.
Oh no,
another one.
No,
this is your Jags. I remember Jags fan was saying that he was going to replace Jalen Ramsey.
Look, oh hell no, that tell you all you need to know about the Jags fans right there, man.
Man, look, that's a ridiculous group of people. The shit that I heard them say about CJ Henderson, my God. I'm like, y'all really do believe it's foolishness or whatever. Y'all just gonna get rid of probably y'all best cornerback ever, and then gonna sit up and say C.J. Henderson gonna replace him like it ain't. Come on, James.
Corey does have a good point about Derek Barnett. I don't think it's put up, shut up time, but I do think he could be I don't even want to say potential breakout because he's a veteran and he's very, very consistent and been damn good for the last, I don't know how long with Philadelphia, and then had a great season coming in after the trade deadline for the Houston Texans. But I don't think he's put up, shut up, but I do think he has the potential to be a significant piece. I don't want to say breakout, but significant piece on our defense.
Yeah, I think Derek Barnett is who he is at this point in his career. I mean, he's solid, rotational pass rusher or whatnot. Long as he isn't asked to be a starter, he's going to come in and he's going to give you solid production. But I mean, I wouldn't even look at him, in that light. When I say put up or shut up, it's for guys who you expect to reach a certain level, but haven't reached that level yet for whatever reason. And, I get everything that went on with John Mechie. I mean, glad that, he's able to play the game, most definitely. Right. I'm glad. But at the same time, I mean, y'all was looking for this man to, have some type of impact. And right now, you arguably got 4 wide receivers that are better than him. So, he's in the same boat as our guy with the Titans, Traylon Burks, where he's got to come in here and he's got to make his own role.
Hey, y'all, man, I feel bad for him, man. Y'all done played that boy. Y'all already the writing's on the wall, man. It's like, brother, if you don't come up here and act a fool like you playing your draft position, you already out of here. That y'all loaded up. Y'all say, man, we trying to get him up out of there.
Man, look, man, Traylon, he can be good if he stays healthy, but that's the biggest thing, health. Like, dude, you got to find a way to stay on the field. I mean, we can only defend you so much, and then when you on the field, you have to hold on to the football.
Look, I do blame Vrabel. I blame Vrabel in his myriad of OCs that he's had. But I do think that Callahan is going to do some good things, negative 40. But I think that Traylon Burks has talent. He has the talent. It's just I don't know what the hell Vrabel been doing because DeAndre Hopkins
on clear out routes.
Yeah, I mean DeAndre Hopkins was struggling in that offense as well at points in the season. So I don't put that too much on Traylon Burks. If somebody as great as DeAndre Hopkins is struggling in the offense and not getting the ball in certain situations and not being able to make plays. So if he gets an opportunity, I hope he can get an opportunity to kind of play. Trying to be positive with the Titans, but hopefully he can show some things and create a spot for himself. I feel bad they was talking about him on special teams. I was like, damn, man, like you a first round pick. He getting the Jalen Reagor treatment, man.
Yeah, I mean that's just what it is, man. Callahan said it like, shoot, if you ain't starting and you gonna be on this team, man, you got to find just something to do. You ain't just gonna be sitting around, goddamn, ordering and shit, goddamn, taking up a roster spot.
I mean, he said had, like it ain't right now. Like Brian said, we had screen doors. You do have screen doors. Right?
We talking about what, the Titans or the Texans?
Talking about the Titans.
Oh yeah,
Brian said we, so I'm assuming he talking about Tennessee.
Oh yeah. So man, look, man. I mean, the Titans' offensive line, it's got to be better this year. It should be better. It's got too much going on for it not to be better. I mean, J.C. Latham, I get the thing about, you know what I'm saying, He played right tackle in Alabama, but you also have to remember too that he got recruited as a left tackle. He made the choice to go to right tackle to get on the field to help his team. And he didn't just play high school football anywhere. He played at IMG Academy. You know, those dudes at IMG, they are ready to go. And of course, we got Peter Skoronski coming back. He missed some time last year. He had appendicitis or whatnot. So he's come in this offseason, put on some weight. We're expecting a lot from Peter. Lloyd Cushenberry, of course, one of the most sought after free agents this year when it comes to centers. We're expecting a lot from him. Left guard situation. We got 3 guys that could potentially win that job. Dylan Raiders. We got Daniel Brunskill, of course, which was our starting left guard, starting right guard last year, which he was serviceable, but he can most definitely be replaced. And then Sadiq Charles, a guy that a lot of people thought that he would come in and be a depth guy, but during mini camps or whatever, this guy was taking first team reps and he was doing his thing. So, I mean, there's a guy that may win that right guard job. Right tackle is where, we don't know what the hell's going to go on. I mean, some people are how Nicholas Petit Ferreira, and some feel like, God dang it, he's going to be the next J-Rob casualty. And, yeah, man, I mean, that's why I say this offensive line should be better. We ain't got to worry about Dillard and Daly and Duncan all over the place. We ain't got to worry about that no more.
Look, God, that just naming them guys like, man, that's depressing already, man.
That ain't that depressing. I mean,
what can only go up, right?
I can tell you depressing. Depressing is Andre Dillard, Aaron Brewer. Who else we need to name? Who else in the mix or whatever? Dennis Daly, of course. We've been talking about him, all show, man. Those names right there are depressing. Watching Aaron Brewer play starting center, and left guard, that's very depressing. But as Vrabel said, he's tougher than the $2 steak. But we're going to go ahead and wrap this show up tonight, man. We done did enough talking, man. Hey, AD, Mike, appreciate y'all coming through tonight, man. Tell the people where they can find y'all at and what y'all got planned for the future.
Hey, you can find us, for sure at the H-Town Rundown. Right there at the bottom at the H-Town Rundown. We will have an episode tomorrow. We're honoring, of course, our co-host who tragically passed away, Chris Royal, C. Royal. Most of y'all know him in the Twitterverse and Facebook and everything like that. So we are honoring him on tomorrow's episode tomorrow night. So y'all join in. We will be talking Texan football as well. But no, we will be honoring our brother Chris Royal. So y'all go and check us out, man, at the H-Town Rundown on YouTube, H-Town Rundown on Twitter or X, the H-Town Rundown on Facebook, and the H-Town Rundown Podcast on IG. So y'all go and check us out, man.
For sure, man. And man, shout out to C. Royal's family, man. Texan fans, most definitely, they lost a great one, man. I got a lot of respect for C. Royal, and out of respect for C. Royal, I just gotta say it. Man, C. Royal, the Texans, god dang it, even though you gonna be watching from a high place, they ain't going to no daggum AFC championship game. You can hang that up. But yeah, man. Shout out to you guys, man. Like I said, man, I appreciate you all coming through. Man, appreciate everybody watching tonight, man. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, tell a friend about us, blah, 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 this, that, and the third. And if you looking for a brand new automobile, make sure you go holler at Wilson at Music City Autoplex, man. You can go online and check out their great inventory of vehicles, man. I promise you. You go down there, holler at Wilson, and he's a Titans fan too, man. So you go down there, chop it up with Wilson, test drive one of the vehicles, talk some Titans, and boom, he gonna get you in there before you know it, man. But hey, like I said, man, shout out to everybody for watching tonight. Shout out to AD, shout out to Michael, shout out to everybody at the H-Town Rundown. Hey, man, it's been real. And we're gonna do this again next Monday, man. We got some Colts guys coming through, man. And Firestone and RJ, Lord willing, they're gonna be back. And we're gonna chop it up about the Colts, man. Real quick before we get up out here, though, AD and Mike. Y'all thoughts on the Colts this offseason?
Look, the Colts could actually be a decent team if they quarterback wasn't up there trying to dunk the ball after he just came off a shoulder surgery and a shoulder injury, doing windmill dunks. And, look, Anthony Richardson is if they boom or bust, man, they either gonna do well or they gonna fall flat on their face. But they didn't do shit this offseason. And I don't, that don't bode well for nobody if you don't do nothing but just say, oh, we got our quarterback back. Nah, fuck that. Nah, Colts ain't it, man. They got a long way to go.
Oh, yeah, man. Anthony Richardson is the definition of doing too damn much, trying to dunk the basketball, out here shooting rap videos, and then on top of that, man, they got this dude throwing the football before he is actually recovered. And man, they finna fuck up another quarterback, man. We're not finna sit here and do this with the Colts, man. The Colts gonna win 7 to 9 games this year. They're gonna be sitting right outside looking in. But we're gonna chop it up about the Colts next Monday, man. Until then, everybody stay blessed and tighten the fuck up. Let's go.
Gang, man.